Monkeys are an adorable but endangered primate that can be found in the rainforests of Central and South America. But lately, more and more are turning up in the United States as pets and driving an illegal pet trade across the southern border. At this time, CBS News national environmental correspondent David Schechter spent time with U.S. and foreign officials that are trying to crack down on animal trafficking that's further decimating this endangered species. David, thanks so much for being on the show here with us. But why are spider monkeys really so popular right now, and then how are people also buying them as pets even if it is illegal?
I guess they're kind of a victim of their own success. They are just so adorably cute that they have become a sensation on social media, on TikTok and on Instagram. You have these influencers who might be, we've seen they just put on their makeup or whatever, that's kind of a thing. But when they do it with a little cute spider monkey on their shoulder, their popularity takes off. So they're being seen more, people want them more, this is creating a demand to buy them, and people, you can just go on Facebook, this is what people do, and they search to buy a spider monkey, and there's a whole black market of underground sales of spider monkeys. In some states it's actually illegal, but it's horrible for the animals. It leaves a trail of death and destruction to get those monkeys from the forest that you talked about into people's homes and into these videos, and we could talk more about that. But it is just it's so cruel.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I know that this is something that we've seen on a national scale, almost in sort of a trending sense, almost kind of a fun story sense. But this is kind of becoming a big problem for authorities. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we visited with the Customs and Border Patrol and U.S. Fish and Wildlife on the border between Brownsville, Texas and Matamoros, Mexico, where these monkeys come across. And so they are looking for these confiscated monkeys. What happens is poachers will go into the forest, and the whole monkey family will be living up in a tree. The poachers will shoot the entire family out of the tree just to get the babies alive, if they fall out of the tree alive. And then they take them, they drug them, they bind them up, they smuggle them across the border. Most of them are coming through the border undetected. In the last 2 years, only about 100 have been captured by Fish and Wildlife officers, which is a lot. That number's going up, but again, just probably a fraction of what's actually coming through. And it takes a year or two for a mother to have the next baby. So if you're killing all these, the whole family in the forest, and it just reproducing one baby or two babies over the next couple of years, you can see that population just continues to decline, and that's one reason that these species is endangered and protected.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, is there really anything that can be done to help stop the trafficking? Kind of like, what you mentioned, it is these monkeys are just kind of making it through and obviously kind of undetected, but what is there really that can be done to kind of fill that gap and plug the hole?
Yeah, well, our sources say that legislation could largely fix this problem. If you recall the Tiger King show that was on Netflix, after that there was a law passed in our country that made it illegal to own a tiger, which has significantly reduced the amount of ownership of those animals and really is reducing the demand for them. They say the same thing for primates would have a tremendous effect. In 20 states it's legal to own a monkey. If it was illegal everywhere in this country and law enforcement could then easily detect what was here legally, what was here illegally, it would significantly reduce the trafficking and the exploitation of these animals. There is a bill in Congress. It's been pending for a while. There is bipartisan support, but so far no action.
Absolutely. And that was CBS News national environmental correspondent David Schechter, just touching on just a little bit there with some of that spider monkey craze. David, we appreciate you so much for coming onto the show. Thank you.